Hey y'all, it's a deep voice author. Go ahead and check out my book, Psycho Chick. Hey, based off a crazy chick I was dealing with. If you only swipe left, maybe all that could have been avoided. I'm gonna leave the link to that and my first short story, Edward's Reprisal, in the pinned comment section. Also be on the lookout for Club Voluptuous. That's my next project. It's about 4 times longer than this one. It has a whole bunch of social undertones for the youth and just to get people thinking, about how we interact with each other and etc. It's going to be a banger. So get ready for that. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the brother Jak Knight, going ahead and unfortunately taking his life. First of all, my condolences go out to his family, my prayers and condolences. Rest in peace to him. He's like 28 years old and he's a comedian, and I know him primarily from the show Bust Down. Bust Down, was on Peacock. A lot of you guys seen it. I've seen it. And it's pretty funny, for what the show was, a little, sometimes, I think it was like a little bit overboard, but, sometimes that's how it is when you're doing comedy. So, and from what I've seen in the credentials, he was like one of the main writers, like one of the main people involved in the show. So, I doubt we'll see like a second season of Buzz Down, unless they already shot it. But, yeah, man, I remember that scene where the guy, whatever, I think the guy's name was Mo something. He was doing that presentation, trying to get people to invest. And he's just calling the guy out. He's like, oh, we're here for $140 or whatever. That was pretty funny. If you guys seen it, I think that was like the 4th episode. But yeah, as far as him taking his life, you can only really conjecture as to why. From what I know, he never left a suicide note. So who knows, maybe he felt like he was just putting out more to the people close to him than he was getting, in return. Maybe he felt like people were trying to use him for a spotlight and they really didn't care about him as a person that much. Who knows? Maybe it was relationship issues. Maybe he didn't feel like he would get as far as somebody like Dave Chappelle and other top comedians. Maybe somebody or a couple people maybe around the internet or to him said some negative comments, and he just kind of let it eat him up. And he's like, man, you know what? Yeah, I'm never going to be that big. Who knows, but obviously to commit suicide, he's going through some major depression. And, if the brother just stayed down with what he was doing and kept just doing his comedy, doing stand-up, doing Buzz Down, doing other shows. I think he did another show called Big Mouth where he was playing a cartoon character, or the voice of one of the main cartoon characters in the show. I never seen the show, but if he had just kept doing that, pretty sure he would have got more roles and he would have flourished. And who knows, he maybe could have very well gotten to that top comedian status. But for him to take his life, man, it's just sad. It's just another young person gone. If any of you guys are going through depression out there, reach out to somebody. Whatever you're going through, it's not the end. One of my neighbors, she just recently lost her sister Friday. My condolences go out to her. Condolences and prayers. I've already said some prayers, for her family. But, I believe she was there when her sister died. Her sister passed at her daughter's house. So she had a certain type of cancer. I'm not going to go too deep into all of it, but they kind of knew it was somewhat coming. So they had some closure, but she was just kind of keeping it together. You can tell she was still, you know, of course, distraught. It's going to take a while to get over a loved one, over the loss of a loved one, but, you know, she's just holding it together still. And, you know, God bless her. Whatever you're going through, whether it's loss of a loved one, I know a lot of other people who've lost people close to them. Feeling down about yourself, you know, you just got to keep on persevering. You got to get down on your hustle. You feel like you're not getting somewhere in life and that you're not going to get anywhere. You can't believe that. You can't let those negative thoughts build up in your mind. You know, the more negative thoughts you think, the deeper you get into a negative mind state. And the deeper you get into a negative mind state, it's harder to get out. So as soon as these negative thoughts start building up in your mind, you need to go ahead and just dismiss that. Be like, nah, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the extra work as far as doing whatever I gotta do. You know, I'm an author, so if I had those type of thoughts, it's like, hey, I'm just gonna double down on putting these projects out. I'm gonna write more, I'm gonna advertise more, do whatever I can to get my name out here. You know, stuff like shooting this YouTube channel. You know, you gotta just give it your all. You only get one life, so, you know, just pray for those of you who believe. I'm definitely a believer. You just gotta pray that the Lord, the Creator, gives you the strength and believe in yourself, put in the efforts and persevere. If it's something personal like losing a loved one, all depression is personal, of course, but if it's something a little bit harder, external, like losing a loved one, you know, reach out to other loved ones in your family or people who like that person, and you guys get together and you guys just reminisce and console each other. But don't ever think that it's the end of the world, you know, or end of the road for you because you're in a depressed state. You know what I'm saying? Just keep pushing, be resilient. You know, don't throw in the towel and take your life. You know, for all y'all going through depression for whatever reason, you know, regardless of race, age, whatever, you know, my heart goes out to you. Keep persevering, you know what I'm saying? Don't give up. Stay in there. I wish Jak Knight had stayed in there. You know, he's a talented comedian, talented writer. You know, he's one of the main writers of Buzz Down, funny show. So the young brother definitely had a career ahead of him, you know, a real successful career. And whatever made him, you know, take his life, I don't know, I feel like, you know, it wasn't worth it. But I hope the brother has some peace. You know, he's over in the spiritual realm now. So like I say, once again, prayers and condolences go out to him and his family. You know, y'all keep your heads up. Going through depression, keep praying and keep persevering. You know, peace and blessings to all y'all. It's the Deep Voice Author. I'm out. Have a good one.